more Space Engineers, and today we've got a little bit of stuff to catch up on. Oh, so I figured out what was going on with the shuttle. Ooh, that's some noise. Okay, so for those who don't know, we have Bob installed here, and we're actually using him as a spacer for the turrets. The problem is that all of these tanks are only connected via their small connector, not the large connector to the rest of the grid, which is fine for some things, like the really small components and scrap can go through there, which, you know, with the way the Bob is set up is fine. The problem is that Bob's also looting containers, and so the stuff that he's pulling out of the containers is not scrap. So we have a lot of stuff in the Bobs that we can't get to because, you know, the way they're piped in. Now, one of the things I did notice is that we are using a spacer on these connectors here, and what I'm thinking is we'll take this out and Bob should slot into there, because I believe the Bob's structure is built on the same basic grid. So what I wanted to do is we're going to go ahead and grab one of these, and we're going to grab the build and repair. Let's flip you around. Right, left. Let's see here. Oh. Alright, so I need, what do I need? I need a construction component for this. Alright, so I want to make sure I have this in front, rear, right, left. Okay, so we're going to make sure the toggle is turned off. Let's hide that for right now. I need a construction component. So much stuff. Alright. And this is why when you hear me say make sure you always check your pipes. That would be why. Right, left, front, rear. Okay. I need steel plate. Why did the front? Oh, I don't know. See? Right there. Alright. Let's go. Can I get plates out of there? No. Where can I grab plates from? Give me a plate. I just need 2 bloody plates. Alright. Front, rear, right, left. Okay. So if we do that there, and we're going to do the same on this side. Again, make sure we have these set up right. Now, the only reason I'm worried about it is because I want to make sure if we need to do anything with it, like if we need to change Bob's orientation in any way, or the side ends, we'll be able to. Now, putting this in here, what this allows us to do is allow Bob to push stuff directly into the large cargo container that they're connected to, but also pull stuff out of the grid if we need it. Alright, now what we need to do for back here is I want to have you guys, actually, let's do this. I want shuttle turrets, which should be right there. We're going to have you guys, where are you at? Oh, there used to be a used conveyor, so you could turn them off so you could drain these things. Alright, you know what we'll do then? Let's go, okay, we're gonna go build and repair. I only want the ones on this grid anyway. Alright. Alright, let's come back in. Alright, I want you on inventory, but I don't want you in the tool block, and I don't want to see you in. Alright, let's okay, that's good. So I don't want to see you in toolbar, and I don't want to see you in terminal. I don't know what you're tied to, so we're going to go ahead and just See, now they show up with the conveyors. Alright, whatever. Alright. So we're gonna grab ammo out of this one. And we're gonna grab ammo out of this one. Alright, and now that we have the ammo out, I need to grab all the stuff out of the build and repair systems. There we go. Just taking care not to destroy the tanks underneath. Now, the reason I'm doing this is twofold. One, I don't like having systems that aren't set up the way that I wanted them set up. And two, I am planning on building stuff out here in the middle of the ice, and I need everything working correctly. We want conveyor, because I need that one. So we're going to put the conveyor frames in, and then, like I said, basically, since we know that the bobs take up roughly the same amount of space, makes it really easy to come back and retrofit this stuff. Now, I probably could have gotten away with just taking the bobs out directly, but I needed to empty them, and there's no way to empty them without having access to either the upper or lower face. There's no side panel access on them, unfortunately. And I want you guys... I can't tell if that's centered or not. That should be centered there. And there, okay. And then, once these are all set up, save those, turn those off. Okay. I don't know what you were shooting at. Oh, because we have more zombies show up out there, right? And I don't want you shooting at neutrals, unowned. Yes, we do want that. No. Okay, so I need to go through. And we're just basically going to flip everything back and forth. Targeting large grids. I don't know if I want it targeting large grids. I think I want those off. No, yeah, target large grids, that's fine. Alright. Open groups, fine. Aiming radius. Do I want to take it out the 1500? Sure. Why not? Okay, so I don't want to see it in toolbar, don't want to see it in terminal. Right. There we go. Make sure everything is set up, and that should be that done. Okay. Now, the added bonus is I can come back and actually put in armor blocks around this to strengthen it up, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. That zombie. Did the bobs pick your inventory yet? No, they didn't. Now we've got a little over half inventory. Not too bad. All right. There should be a couple of zomzoms out here. Hey, there's one. I think you're too far out for the bobs. Yeah, you are. That was why I needed to turn those turrets off as soon as possible, because they were aiming at things way the hell out here. And you were just close enough for Bob. Okay. Alright. So, we have our new shuttle, which has actually been not too bad. I mean, that's definitely going to be a get off the planet shuttle, not necessarily a whole lot else. Really, it's just a, just like a little commuter thing. go pick up a couple of supplies and bring them around or whatever. So let's talk about what our plan is. And for this, I am going to go hop over in here. We'll close this up really quick. And actually, you know what? No, I can do this without... I was going to use the observer cam and show you what I was thinking, but you know what? We've got a little runabout, so let's use the little runabout because we can. Let's go there. Oh. Hey, okay, so what I'm thinking is over here on the ice, out here, is to build a base, like an actual military style base. So it'll be heavy weapons, lots of anti-air, shields, you know, which means we're also going to need to set up a very robust power system. Can you really see? You can't really see anything out here right now, but what I'm thinking is that, you know what, let's do this. We're just going to adjust the time of day because it's almost daytime anyway, but this way you can see what's going on. Alright. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that we put it somewhere out here, kind of in the middle of everything. What I'm wanting to do is have it so I have clear lines of fire down all three valleys. So it's probably going to end up somewhere over here-ish. Would be my estimate. Somewhere like right around here. That way we can have large weapons firing down each of the valleys. And we're talking like custom turret railguns. You know, so if something big comes at us, we're going to have, you know, down those areas. Because for someone to bring in any type of large weapon against us, they're basically going to need to use the same corridors that we're using for firing back. And so I want to have those corridors taken care of, and then we'll have small pillboxes around the periphery that'll have like anti-air weaponry. So we'll have things with like large hinges with the small hinge head on it. So we'll build like a bunch of custom turrets that'll have basically flat cannons and other types of anti-air, anti-personnel weapons. And then in the middle of that, we'll have what's basically our command bunker with our communication systems, our shield generator, and then going subterranean, we'll have our power system. And I'm thinking it will probably end up with either 6 or 9 large reactors. And we're also going to try something that used to work. And I did a Clang Busters episode on it once, basically talking about using the wind turbines in interesting ways. Now, they have put wind patterns into the game, so you actually get, like, if you have weather enabled, you may have periods where your wind turbines are putting out more or less power. And you'll see that even here, where there's times when our wind turbines drop down to almost no power. And so what I want to do is have a large farm of them, and we're going to test it over here in this trench, because I think the trench is actually now big enough to get away with this. And it's what I kind of want to do today is I'm going to give that a test and see if it does work the way I'm hoping it works. Because like I said, it used to, and I used to be able to hide power systems really, really effectively like that. So I'm hoping that it still does, because I love the folks at Keen Lake Family, but there are times that they don't always catch the little system exploits, or at least if they catch them, they don't worry about them too much. So I'm hoping this is one of those things, because it was really beneficial, especially if you're playing on like a PvP server, because then you can keep all of your power systems completely hidden. So do that and turn those off. Turn light off too. There we go. Turn my light off. So let me drop off stuff here. We're just going to go ahead and throw in one of the whatever cargo containers open. I'm not too worried about it right this second. Yes, I know I could have hit that, but I didn't want to send everything that way. Recharge that. There we go. Okay. And now we are going to do this. Okay, get you guys out of here for a second. Do that, and I think we're going to use the walkways for this. Let's go like so, and then I'm going to need. Actually, should be okay for everything else. Oh, you know what? Let's put the ladder back on here because that's got the stair blocks on it. And what we will do, actually, I might be able to get away with this. What do I need construction components for that. Okay, so let's get over here. I know I'm going to need plates and construction components. So can I grab those? Yes, I can. Okay, I'll grab those. See if we've got some more. There we go. And I don't think I need interior plates, but I might. Alright, so let's do that. And what we're going to do here is we're going to grab the little half block, and I want you to come off of about there, I think. Alright, so that comes out to there, which is actually pretty much... Ah, crap, I forgot to turn bulbs off. Turn those off. I don't want Bob welding all this stuff up for us. Alright. And what I might do is turn off the rotation. Okay, so where is the center of our arc? It's going to be 2 blocks over. So then this is going to come over here. And then just so that we know this is the center of our radii. And then eventually, like I said, this will be pushed further out. But for now, okay, so how many blocks is this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect, actually. Because that means I can go from here to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2, 3, 4. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be okay. Alright, and then what we're gonna do is I want to do, actually, you know what, let's take you guys out. Now what we'll do is we'll do one here and do one there. Alright, so we're gonna test and see which of those puts out more power. Right, so you're going to be the lower, and you will be the upper. Alright, so right now, optimal output wind clearance says none, Wind clearance says none. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab this. Let's come over here. It's a little quieter over here. Wait for the parts to finish. And then what we're going to do is I want to have it set up because I want to see if we take this Subterranean, how much power are we going to get out of it? Now, like I said, I've talked about doing this in the past, and I actually have done experiments where I took warheads, burrowed out a giant just found a mountain, something like that, burrowed straight into it, and then detonated a couple of warheads inside to give me a nice open cavern area. And I put wind turbines in, and they worked fine. In fact, in some cases, they actually worked better than the surface turbines. Now, like I said, one of the benefits of doing this is that if this works the way I'm hoping it does and still does, or I should say the way it used to and hopefully still does, is you can basically build something that's kind of hidden, especially if you're on a server with where you have the water mod enabled, because you can fly below the water level. You could manually go down below the water level with a couple of with the parts for a couple of warheads, mine into the side of into a subterranean area below the water line, and then dig upwards so that you're above water, and then set off a couple of warheads, make a big cavern, and build your base and wind systems like that. And nobody would be able to find it as long as you don't have anything turned on, and unless they get close enough to pick you up on the radar. Alright, so should have the parts now. Alright, there we go. And okay, so they are obviously pulling power. It looks like the upper one is actually making or pulling a little bit more of the wind than the other one. Okay, so our lower turbine. We have good wind clearance. Max output 144. Wind clearance for the one above is optimal at 214. So we are losing a little bit of efficiency. Alright, so if we go, I'm wondering if it's because of where it's at. Let's bring it back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we should do, let's do it this way. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Actually should be, if we do it that way, it's gonna have to come down there. And I may not have the parts for this on hand, which means I'll have to pay. So I was afraid of. Let's go ahead and put those into production. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the zombies. Yeah, like I said, basically, if we can get this to work, I'm thinking, because the way that collision detection for clearance works on the turbines is that it's only on X and Z. So it doesn't look at the top. It doesn't look at the clearance from the top or bottom of the wind turbine. So it's only looking out from the sides. Now it does use height above voxel for clearance for wind speed determination, but I don't think that's going to be a huge issue here. Oh, before I finish that, I need to identify it. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. Okay, it looks like it's... it might be close, actually. So would we say it was making before? It's like 114 or something like that? So the upper turbine is now doing 355. Still at optimal clearance. The lower turbine is at 344. Alright, so that means that we can then take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then if we go there, let's have it. We're gonna have it. Let's do like 5 more of these. There we go. And alright, so you're gonna be lower 2. There. Alright, so 344 is what we were seeing before, right? Alright, so now it's at 389. This is so we like I said, we are expecting some fluctuation because of the way that the weather system works in the game. And the upper turbine, so yeah. Lower turbine is good, which means probably because it's not, yeah. Because we don't have 9 blocks between it and the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have roughly 7 blocks of clearance. So if I get this, like 1 or 2 more, actually 1 more pass, no. Yeah, maybe 1 more pass through here, possibly 2, and we'll be able to actually do that. So then the question comes is, if we do that, we need 9 blocks to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means we'll have 1 here. I mean, it's definitely not the most efficient way to use the space, but it does give us options. And basically, if we had enough space, what we could be doing is at that level there, or even higher, right? We could actually do what we did with those, where we have 5 turbines in a very small space, and then have a drop line of turbines in the middle, and then another ball. Since the turbines don't check clearances on either side, so if we had a turbine here and another turbine here, what we'd be able to do is say those are what, 3 blocks? 2, 3, yeah. 2, 3. And so that would be the end of the turbine at that point. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'd have a line come down here. And you could have another turbine taking up that space. And so you'd have 2 turbines there. You could have a turbine on the outer face on both directions. Ow. And then basically have another turbine here. And if we had the room for it, we could have another line come down where you'd have 5 turbines, you know, and if you wanted to extend it down further, you could. Alright, so since we know that's going to work, I think what we're going to do is let's go ahead and break all of this down. Go ahead and take all this out, just because we can. And that just means we need to get this cavern area as large and as deep as possible. Okay. And that will be our long-term goal for power. But this way you at least get to see how the power system works. And like I said, I know that myself and others have talked about this ever since the wind turbines have been put into the game. We've done all sorts of experiments, and you'll hear people say that they don't work below grounds or fully enclosed, and that's not actually true. They will. You just have to get creative on how you're doing it. Alright. So yeah, basically it just comes down to the voxel detection. Within 9 blocks of the turbine need to be cleared. Alright. Good to know and confirm that it does still work this way. Okay. So with that in mind, I think we're going to go ahead and call this one here. I'm going to start planning our base. Like I said, we're going to be out here over the ice somewhere-ish. I actually had a spot that I was looking at. I think it's...
I know fuel prices are
here. We use solar fuel. Okay.
I didn't realize this was a no check back.
So I'm thinking probably something around this area should be good. But anyway, on that note, I am going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you know the routine. And I had people ask why don't I push that a little bit harder. Everybody if you've been on YouTube for more than a day, you know the likes and subscribes help channels. I don't want to pressure people into doing it. If you like the content, you're going to like it. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your week. And I am going to be working on a base for a little while. And as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.